Have you ever taken a shortcut that you instantly regretted? Maybe it was a dimly lit alley or a winding back road that seemed to stretch on forever. But I bet none of those shortcuts compare to the one we're talking about today. In the heart of Oahu, Hawaii, there's a road so infamous, so wrapped in tragedy and paranormal whispers, that locals have given it a chilling nickname, the Blood Road. This isn't your average scenic drive. Officially, it's a section of the Kalaniana Ole Highway, stretching from Hanama Bay to the Halanabloho Lookout. By day, it's a breathtaking coastal route, with tourists snapping photos of the turquoise waves crashing against volcanic cliffs. But when night falls, a different story emerges. A story of phantom hitchhikers, ghostly apparitions, and a history so dark it seems to have stained the very asphalt. So, why the gruesome name? The story begins with a terrible accident. Back in the day, this road was narrower, more treacherous. A bus, filled with passengers, is said to have careened off the cliff, plunging into the rocky waters below. The details are hazy, lost to time in local lore. But the tragedy's echo remains. It's this event that many believe opened a door, a gateway for the supernatural activity that plagues the road today. One of the most common and terrifying tales is that of the phantom hitchhiker. Drivers, often late at night, report seeing a lone woman standing by the side of the road. She looks distressed, like she needs help. Being a good Samaritan, you might pull over. But as your doshi either vanishes into thin air right before your eyes, or, even more frighteningly, she gets into your car. You start driving. Maybe you try to make small talk, and when you glance over, the passenger seat is empty. The door never opened. She's just gone. Some say she's the ghost of a victim from that bus crash, forever trying to get a ride home. But she's not the only spirit said to haunt this stretch of highway. There are countless reports of apparitions seen walking along the road, figures that appear and disappear in your headlights. Imagine driving along, the only light for miles coming from your car, and suddenly a person is standing in the middle of the road. You slam on the brakes, your heart pounding in your chest, only for them to vanish, leaving you alone in the dark with the sound of the crashing waves and your own frantic heartbeat. Then there are the auditory phenomena. People have reported hearing disembodied screams carried on the wind, cries for help that seem to come from the cliffs or the ocean below. It's enough to make your blood run cold. Others have experienced sudden, inexplicable car trouble. Engines stalling, headlights flickering and dying, radios blasting static or switching stations on their own. It's as if some unseen force is trying to stop you, to keep you there on that haunted road. One particularly chilling account involves a driver whose car completely died. As they sat in the pitch black, they heard what sounded like someone slowly dragging their fingernails down the side of the car. A screeching, deliberate sound that had no earthly source. Another legend associated with this area involves the Peel's Chair, a rock formation that looks like a giant throne. Hawaiian legend says it's a resting place for the volcano goddess, Pele. It's said that taking any rocks from this sacred area, especially lava rocks, will bring you terrible luck. Tourists who've pocketed a souvenir have mailed them back to Hawaii for years, accompanied by letters detailing the misfortune that befell them: lost jobs, broken relationships, a seemingly endless streak of bad luck. They believe they have been cursed by the goddess herself. While this is a broader Hawaiian legend, its proximity to the Blood Road adds another layer of supernatural dread to the area. You're not just on a haunted road. You're in sacred, protected territory where disrespecting the land can have dire consequences. Let's talk about the Halona Blow. It's a stunning natural wonder, a sea cave that shoots water high into the air with the force of the waves. It's also known as the Peering Place. In ancient times, the souls of the dead were said to depart from this world at this very spot. It was a sacred, spiritual place. Knowing this, it's not hard to imagine why the area feels so heavy, so spiritually charged. The combination of this ancient belief with the modern tragedy of the bus crash creates a potent mix for paranormal activity. It's a place where the veil between our world and the next feels incredibly thin. Skeptics, of course, have their own explanations. The winding road, the sudden sea fog that can roll in, the disorienting darkness. These could all contribute to drivers seeing things that aren't there. The human brain is incredibly good at finding patterns and creating faces in the shadows, a phenomenon called pareidolia. The sound of the wind howling around the cliffs could easily be mistaken for screams, and old cars are prone to breaking down. Fair enough. But how do you explain the sheer volume and consistency of the stories passed down through generations? How do you explain the shared experience of so many different people, locals and tourists alike, who knew nothing of the legends before their terrifying encounter? One local man shared a story online that has become part of the road's modern folklore. He was driving home late one night with his girlfriend. They were young, maybe a little reckless, and decided to take the blood road as a shortcut. As they rounded a sharp curve, they both saw it. A woman in a white dress, standing on the shoulder, her thumb out. He hit the brakes, but his girlfriend screamed, "Don't stop, just keep going." She had grown up hearing the stories. He stomped on the gas, peeling away. As he looked in the rearview mirror, he said the woman wasn't there anymore. But what chilled him to the bone was seeing a flicker of white in his back seat, reflected in the mirror for just a second before it was gone. They didn't speak for the rest of the drive home, the silence thick with a fear they couldn't explain. These aren't just campfire tales. They are deeply ingrained in the local culture of Oahu. Many who live on the island refuse to drive this road after dark. They'll take the long way around, adding an extra 20 or 30 minutes to their journey, rather than risk an encounter with the spirits of the blood road. It's a respect born from fear, a cautionary tale passed from parent to child. The message is clear. Some shortcuts just aren't worth taking. So, what do you think? Is the blood road a genuine paranormal hotspot? A place where tragic history has left a permanent scar on the landscape? Or is it simply a case of folklore and human psychology working together on a dark, isolated road? Maybe the truth is somewhere in between. Maybe the power of suggestion is so strong that people are primed to have a supernatural experience. Or maybe, just maybe, the ghosts of the past are still there, waiting by the side of the road, forever trying to finish a journey that was cut short so tragically. The next time you're in Hawaii, admiring the beautiful scenery, remember that paradise has its shadows. And if you find yourself driving along the Oahu coast as the sun begins to set, and you see a sign for the Kalanian-Awali Highway, you have a choice to make. Do you take the scenic route, or do you take the long way around? Whatever you decide, if you see a lone figure waiting by the side of the road, maybe it's best to just keep driving. Thanks for joining me on this trip down one of the world's most haunted highways. If you have your own local ghost stories, or have ever had a creepy experience on a dark road, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Stay safe out there.